Ring just released the new Oura Ring 5, and today I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about it. The biggest change is size. It is now 40% smaller than the Oura Ring 4, while having a week-long battery life. This is the ceramic. I know a lot of people complain that it's relatively thick, so I'm very excited to get my hands on it very soon to test it out and see if it actually is worth the extra money. It's supposed to just feel natural and better on your finger because it's smaller, but there are some changes with the hardware that have also occurred. One is sizing. The sizes are now 6 to 13. I know this one, they expanded the sizing, and this is actually a size 14. So they do recommend getting the new sizing kit, which I'll make a video on, I think tomorrow once I get it. Subscribe to see that. Link for the Oura Ring is down below if you want to pre-order it. It's supposed to be even more durable and scratch resistant. I know this one and my other one have scratched and they just show signs of wear. And they have new colors, a deep rose, a redesigned gold, brushed silver, silver, stealth, and black. I'm gonna get the stealth, but we'll order all the colors if you want to see that video. The price starts at $399 and the membership is $599 unless you're grandfathered in, which luckily I am, or $69.99 per year. And then the new charging case is $99, which I highly recommend you get because that gets you 1 month of a charge. I have it for the 4 and it's a game changer. I think any small wearable should have its own little charging hub that you can travel with. It is available for pre-order right now. You can get it on Amazon. There's a link down below, or from the Oura Ring website. There's also a link for that down below. Clicking those links helps support the channel. It will start shipping on June 4th, so not that far away. Okay, great. That's all the hardware updates. I have to, there are massive amounts of software updates that are coming too, like blood pressure, GLP-1 stuff, brain health study, new AI, being able to find your ring. So we'll dive into that and show you the screenshots of what I can. But the biggest change really is just smaller size, new colors, new sizes. If you already have the 4, probably not necessary to upgrade. If you have the 3 too, or you just have the money, this is where it might be nice, or you really want a smaller ring. So one of the biggest updates is live activity tracking. I know if you're using an Apple Watch, Whoop, things like that, you can start a fitness workout and be able to see those live metrics while you're working out. In the Oura app, it was just kind of like start and end. But now you'll be able to see that information for running, cycling, strength training, like your pace and distance. You'll be able to connect third-party heart rate monitors so you can see your real-time heart rate in real time. And the lock screen widgets on the phone, which Fitbit needs to add this, you'll be able to see your pace, distance, and connected heart rate live. And if you get the new Oura Ring 5, the automatic activity detection will be more accurate than before. We'll have to test that out and see what that looks like. But this just allows the Oura Ring app to be more of a fitness tracking device because I would argue it's more of a sleep tracker. So I'm very interested to see how these software updates expand. It's going to be available for Gen 3 and later. So if you have one of the rings, you can most likely use most of these software features if it's not hindered by the hardware. Second is the new health radar. So we had symptom radar where you're potentially getting sick. It would give you information about that. But health radar gives you 2 massive updates: blood pressure signals and nighttime breathing. I think so many people wanted blood pressure. The thing is, Whoop got blood pressure. These things don't work exactly like you might think. It's not going to give you your blood pressure numbers, I don't think. It's going to give you a notification if you need to look deeper into your blood pressure, I think. So we're going to have to double check how the overall experience is once the software comes out. Nighttime breathing, sleep apnea is one of the biggest problems that go untested that people have. Apple Watch added that on Apple Health. It's called breathing disturbances, I think. And a lot more apps are starting to add that information. So now it's coming to the Oura Ring, which is very exciting. So the new health radar encompasses these 2 and will give you information if you need to dive deeper into them. Now, blood pressure signals. This is what it would look like on the app once it's out on June 4th. It says, hey, your blood pressure is worth keeping an eye on. Associated factors. Signs of blood pressure shift. This is what the notifications and app experience will start to look like. It'll track blood pressure patterns during your sleep, so that way it's not impacted from things during the day like activity, stress, caffeine, because when you're working out, your blood pressure goes up, if you didn't know. And you can also log your cuff readings directly in the Oura app. So that way you can see trends over time. I don't have that information, but excited to test it out soon. Live activity tracking. Like, fun fact, if you didn't know, the new AirPods Pro 3 have a built-in heart rate monitor. So you can actually use that as your external heart rate monitor, track your live pace distance from your iPhone's GPS. AirPods is your heart rate monitor directly in the Oura app, which you can also do in the Apple Fitness app. So what's the difference? I guess we'll find out. Now, the nighttime sleep-related breathing disturbances will show you a 30-day graph. So it's very similar to how the Apple Watch does it with their breathing disturbances. It'll say, hey, you're steady, mostly steady, varied, or highly varied. So then if you know if you're in the green, yellow, or red zone, and if you're more in the red zone, maybe it's time to take a sleep apnea test. And Oura, I think, is partnered with ResMed, an at-home sleep apnea test company. But this is just giving you more insights into, hey, maybe I should get this checked out or not. Luckily, with the Apple Watch, I have not seen any reason to go get tested. So hopefully with the Oura Ring, I also don't. But this will potentially help discover an issue with your sleep, and it could actually change your life because a lot of people don't get this tested. And third is the health records part of the health radar section, which means you can now not only schedule a test, which we've done before. I need to make a video on that because I did their test. You can import your health records and sync your labs from your provider. Fitbit has added this. Whoop. You can upload data, but you can't sync it with health lab providers. Apple Health has this built in. So everyone's starting to add all these features. The competition is getting heated, which is very exciting, and everyone wants to be the place for all of your health data. But the goal for you is to get personalized medical advice based on all this information. You can ask health questions and connect all of your labs, your medical information, and now your daily fitness and sleep information as well. And they're partnering with a company called Council Health, so you can get on-demand medical AI with licensed physicians to help bring AI-enabled care directly in the Oura app. The next big factor is GLP insights directly inside of the Oura app. You can now record your dose of GLP-1, reschedule, know when your last dose was, so you can understand your entire medication journey, have side effect tracking, weight tracking, and understand that with the Oura signals like sleep, activity, readiness, all within their app. So this is expanding the metabolic health offering. They do offer continuous glucose monitors, tracking your meals already inside the app. Now they're adding the ability to also track your GLP-1 medication as well, which is very interesting. I haven't seen this in any other kind of like top tier wellness wearable app yet. Next is the brain health. This is also new and very unique, but now you can take a digital cognitive assessment from Cambridge Cognition, a neuroscience technology company, and integrate that with your Oura's sleep, activity, and physiological data to understand how your daily choices and recovery might impact how focused you're able to be, your mental sharpness, your long-term brain health, and really understand the big impacts of your cognitive well-being. And this is kind of what it will look like in the app. It's called the CanTab 1 result. You'll take certain tests, tags, all this information will show up in here, and you get brain health information over a period of time. You do have to opt into this, but this is something that's very unique, interesting, and I'm curious how it will actually help and if people will actually use it. Because there's one cool factor of having these cool features. Second factor is actually using these cool features. And now if you're like me, another feature they're adding is a locate. So it's kind of like Find My. I've lost my Oura Ring so many times, but from the Oura Ring Gen 2 and above, locate will allow you to have multiple different Oura Rings. Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5, and then you can help search for them. So if you lost your Oura Ring or your charging case, it'll be easier to keep track of it. I'm curious how it's going to show it on the map. Can I have like Find My style capabilities where I can be like, oh, it's this way, that way? We'll have to see. And next is data control. So you can now delete a date range of your data while maintaining all the rest of the data. I think Oura really wants to focus on privacy and making sure that you have control of your own personal data. So if you want to delete a specific segment, bam, inside the app, you select the date range and easily delete it all. The Oura Ring 5 is available to pre-order today. It'll start shipping on June 4th. You can pre-order on auraring.com or Amazon. I'll have the links down below. It starts at $499 for the premium finishes, which is these ones right here. We've got brushed silver, we've got gold, and deep rose. The rings look so much smaller. Like, that is insane. These are all the colors that they offer: stealth, black, and silver. They have a free sizing kit that you can order, and even a warranty to protect your ring. I kind of do recommend the 2-year because the battery can potentially die early on, and just being able to easily replace it within those years will be very valuable. But look how small that is. It's flat. I think it's thinner, not only in the thickness, but also like in the width of the ring itself. The colors look clean, pristine. And if you already own an Oura Ring, there's going to be some new software updates that will just make your Oura Ring 4 or Oura Ring 3 or Gen 2 much better. And they still do support multi-ring support, so you can switch between your 4 and your 5 and not have to worry about, oh, well, what difference is it going to make? So I'm curious, like, does that impact data collection? Are the rings going to be syncing? I don't know how all that's going to work, but we can find that out. Let me know questions, comments that you have down below, and we can dive deeper into it. Most of these software updates will be available June 4th. Some of them are just generally in June. And the brain health study will actually be available May 28th, which is today. So does that mean I can download it? And I think the most common thing people think is, I literally just bought an Oura 4. Why'd you announce this now? I know it's frustrating. When you buy one, the new one comes out, what are you gonna do? At least with Apple, we know it's coming out every September, but it is what it is. If you're within the return window, maybe you return it and get the new one. Or the Oura Ring 4 is still a great device, but we'll have to test out the live activity tracking. Can I just use the heart rate from the Oura Ring? What's the reasoning for using the Oura app for live activity tracking when I can use the fitness app on Apple devices? Is the read-write from Apple Health going to change, expand, evolve? All these things will be tested. The sizing kit is coming hopefully tomorrow. Follow me at Shervin Shares on Instagram. Ask questions below. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.